What's up? It's your boy Carcino here with a story y'all don't probably have never heard before. And if you did, only in close circles did you hear this story. But of course, you're gonna have some idiot come on in. But I know. And he like 15 years old. But back when Big and Faith was out there doing their thing, it was hot. And Faith Evans was out there making her songs and doing all this stuff when Big passed and died and stuff, and they had did the album for, doing all the tribute songs to Big, and they were working on Hate Me Now and all this stuff. Nas, Faith got to meet Nas during like all of this was going on when he was working with Puff and he was working on the I Am album and doing all this stuff. So, they vibed then, but it was like a meet and greet. It was cool. Then, during Mary J's album, when Nas and Mary was kind of like doing their thing, messing around, they were working, Faith was writing these songs for Mary, and now I start seeing how talented Faith was, as a writer and everything else, but he was feeling Faith, at this time, she wasn't pregnant, she had lost all this weight, she was dieting, and, she was in a relationship at the time, but they were all, flirty with each other, laughing and touching each other. Mary didn't feel comfortable about the situation to begin with. So, anyway, that blows over. As my man out in Queens told me, flat out, that he believes Nas smashed, what's his name, Faith. He was like, Nas was smashing Faith, and he was like, he thought he was going to get caught by Diddy and them, because he was out there. He said a couple of dudes saw them that that knew Diddy and all that, because he had her in the Bentley, but they probably thought they were working on a song or something, but he didn't want to be seen with Faith. And I'm like, Nas and Faith? And he was like, dude, it was talk all throughout Queens at that time. Everybody was trying to get up with Nas at the time, so he was really feeling himself. He was like, his album came out when Lauren sold all them records. You know what I'm saying? He out here doing it big. And down the road he got that Bentley, and when nobody in the Queensbridge in the hood had a Bentley at that time, so, Nas was it. So Faith was hanging around. But who knows where it went wrong or where they stopped speaking. But from that, we go to Stillmatic. And during Stillmatic, Nas had the song The Flyers, right? So, when the song The Flyers came out, the Bravehearts is on the original version. It doesn't have AZ on it. And when it came out, I heard it and I was like, man, this don't sound right at all. I'm like, Nas is on point, but the Bravehearts is too hard for this record. I'm like, they don't fit. And it's funny because as soon as I said that, the album version don't have them on it. It's replaced with AZ. And Nas got his same verse on the record. It's just the Braveheart verse is gone. And then there's an additional verse where they both rhyming together. But other than that, the Bravehearts got removed off the song completely, which those lyrics end up appearing again on the next album on God's Son. But if you had that version, the Flyers version with the Braveheart, you would know what I'm talking about. It's probably on YouTube somewhere by now. But that was the original version. And on the song, He was like, I'm proud of Mace for giving himself to the Lord. I wonder if Faith think about Big anymore. And when he said that line, as it was told to me, Faith was upset about it. When she heard it, like, man, Nels gave you a shout out, like Nas song or the Flyers. And it was like, I wonder if Faith think about Big anymore. And she was kind of offended by it, because she was like, why would he say that? I don't understand. What does he mean? Like, what is? I got a son with him. We got a kid together. You know, every time I see my son, I'm gonna think of him. Like, why would he say that? Now people are gonna think like I forgot about Big. You know how people are. Oh, this is another black eye on me, and all this is. And at this time, she was going through a lot during that time. So, you know, she was got other kids, you know, and things that went on with her and the guy she's dating. But hey, at this point, all I know, and from what they told me, is she was burnt out of, you know, bent out of shape about that. So at this point, yes, you know, like about a year go by, and they run into each other at some event Puffy's having. He got Khalees with him, and Diddy was there, and she saw Nas and was like, oh, I was mad at you a few years ago when you made that verse. And he was like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. That's just art. I wasn't trying to take a shot at you. What did I say? Like, Nas didn't even remember the verse. He didn't even remember the song. That was the biggest thing. Nas did not remember the verse. Did not remember the song. He remembered like, oh yeah, Flyers. I did that with Sosa. That's about all he know. That's it. He never performs that. He's like, I don't think I've ever performed that record. Like on stage. He's like, I've never. It's like, if I hear it, that's cool. I'm glad they love it. But Nas don't know the records. He know bits and pieces of records. Like if you say the verses, he might could pick up and follow it, then he'll stop. Because he don't know his songs. That's another shock that a lot of people probably didn't know. Nas do not know his records like that. The songs we love, oh, he'd be like, that's great. I'm glad they love it. Because once Nas finish it, he might hear it once or twice. But if it's a monster hit and he knows he's going to have to repeat it, he'll go and learn it. Like, I got to really get this down pat. Boom, 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 to where he know it. But to him, he got so many songs, he know the verses. He don't really, you know, it's not like he hear it all the time. So he'll have it in his mind, he'll be spitting the verse, and he'll get to the point where he like usually would stop. And then he'll try to let the fans like sing it, and then if he remembers it, then he'll keep it going. If not, he'll switch to another record. You know, that's why his shows be kind of messed up sometimes. You know, it's like a straight hip-hop show. You know, it's just like a Nas on stage, freestyle. He got the songs in his head that he gonna do, but he very rarely does a full song. Unless he's got to, you know, perform that song mainly. But are they cool today? I would assume so. And the reason why this story came up to be because somebody was asking me, like, did Nas ever, like, got up with Faith? Or did you ever hear about, did they? I'm like, yeah, I did. I was like, it's weird because I heard, like, bits and pieces. So if you put the story together, everything kind of fits. I knew about the problem they had with the song. I knew that part. But I didn't know the other part until later. You know, the stuff that happened back then. And then, on Nas' album, he started talking about he looking for the actress that played Faith Evans. You remember that? On his last album? The one that had on the song Nasty? I'm looking for the actress that played Faith Evans. So, I guess y'all probably heard it. But anyway, that's what people was talking about at that time. Because Nas ended up going on a date with the girl. The girl heard the song. The actress that played her name is Angelique something. I think Angelique Smith. But she heard the song that Nas did talking about her. And she was like, oh, I want to work with him and, you know, and talk to him and have a conversation. And next thing you know, Nas he scooped her up and they going out to dinner and Nas is hitting it, you know. It was like the smartest way to get in contact with her. But it was like he was attracted to her. The girl that played Faith Evans in the movie, because of the simple fact she reminded him of Faith. So, why would he want a girl that looked like Faith Evans? Well, y'all put it together. I'm out.